It's also silent.
I know. We could sing. Play your guitar. Play your guitar.
Maybe this is a very precious moment for you, or to you, Anne-Marie, right?
Oh, I might fall asleep, though. Oh, you do have your guitar. You're the best.
Yeah, do things get boring?
I won't sing.
Okay, so realize. Good luck.
So we're alive, right?
Yes, let's do this.
Perfect. Well, thank you for being here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for being here with us and for accepting this invitation to, well, from me, from Tiago, from pretty much the chapter, to, tell us a bit more about what the VRAR Global Summit is going to be.
Sure. Thanks so much for having me on here. I wish we were doing this live from Lisbon, but I'll do it live from Canada and with my head in Lisbon, in my heart. So the Global Summit's taking place next week. It starts on Wednesday to Friday, and we have got so much content that's coming at you. I can't believe how much we've got going on for this event, including some big awesome announcements from HP that will happen on the first day, which I'm under NDA for, but it's exciting stuff. Sorry, I can't share, but tune in at 11 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, and you'll be super pleased. And then we've got, talks on the enterprise side from Microsoft and SAP and Bridgestone and Southern Company and oil and gas and a whole track on defense. And we've got a ton of education and medical panels and updates from a lot of our committees. We've got, a lot of talks from LBEs who, have now reopened or are planning to reopen post during COVID, depending on where you are in the world and where you're at. And what they're doing. And then we've got really great special presentations like a Hollywood panel on Tutankhamun and their experience that they created. We have people that are from Burning Man and Lost Horizons Festival talking about how they took their events online. So there's some interactive workshops with hand tracking and haptics. So we've pretty much got the whole spectrum covered of things that you can do and see coming up, and it's full of everything. So
yeah, and besides that, I also heard, I don't know exactly where, but I think it was from probably the social networks, that you have a lot of different new formats, right? So
we do. Yeah. So we've got the regular keynotes and panels that we've done, but we're also doing a section every day called Rapid Fire, where we're bringing leaders of the industry on. So kind of like on the sports channel where you answer questions about basketball and then baseball and football and all of that. We're going to do that about different topics in VR and AR. So we're inviting people every day. They have no prep, and they're just coming on board to just answer a lot of questions and have a lot of conversations. And a couple other live things that we're doing are, we're doing a curator's cold call. We've got a young gentleman who is at the front of the George Floyd protests in the States, and is leading, youth to go for voting in the States and talking about being on the front lines of that he's been shooting all in VR. So we've got a lot of live, really engaging, really authentic conversations that are happening every day. And then, of course, we have a lot of curated networking opportunities for people as well. So there's a lot of live, a lot more interaction. We're trying to make digital be as engaging as possible. So you're not just stuck at your desk, you're actually talking to people, which is fun, which we miss.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone here misses, and pretty much all of our listeners and viewers also do. Yeah. Let me throw you in a few questions.
Yeah.
So we just came from a Facebook Connect event. What can we expect as a segue to the summit? So from from what we heard, from the things that we heard, what can we expect in terms of grandiose announcements? You already spoke about HP that we'll have to wait until Wednesday, but
Yes.
other than that, what can we expect based on what we've listened to and what we know that's coming that can pretty much tie into the sort of topics that we are very much hyped about?
Well, following up from that, I mean, so like I said, HP's got a big announcement coming. I know a couple other companies are announcing new paths that they've taken as a result of COVID. Like Spatial.io is doing a huge presentation of how they've developed during COVID and where they're going, and it's pretty amazing where they've come from and where they're at. I know that we're doing a panel about sports and entertainment, and there's some big announcements about 5G and entertainment and what they're doing and coming out from a big brand, a big telephone company. So there'll be, I think, a lot of big announcements. I've been getting a few pings like, hey, we've got something secret, but we're not telling you till Monday, and it will be part of our panel. So I feel like we're going to have a lot of those. I think there's going to be, we're also doing like an XR job part of it as well. So I think that there's going to be a lot of people talking about where their companies are going and what they're looking for. So there's recruiting opportunities that will be at the event as well. And then we do have a lot of people that are coming in to talk about social VR and a lot of collaboration platform announcements as well. So I think it will be full of where people are actually going. Our last event in June, everyone was kind of like, oh no, we don't know what we're doing. And now a lot of people have pivoted. And so I think it will be really interesting to see where different markets are going and where different companies are going, especially the collaboration and training and platform ones with this new world that we're living in.
Okay, cool. I was talking with a friend this morning. He's in the East Coast, and he works on telemedicine. And I can only imagine that nowadays the medical worlds, and especially for us, the XR crossovers between medicine and new technological advancements have been sort of thriving and blooming because of the whole thing with COVID. What can we expect on that area on the summit?
We've got a fair amount of medical talk. So we've got Danny Gohl from Precision OS, who's a surgeon, and he's talking about that. We're doing a fireside chat with Jason McDowell of Everything AR and Angela Rivera of Conquer Experience. And it's all about the new nursing experience and exactly as you said, the remote, what they're doing, the training. And then there's also a lot that kind of segue into medical and safety and health and security. So there's a couple of panels with Stanford University and UL talking about safety standards and the protocols around that in terms of medicine and what we're doing online with XR. So there's a fair amount of conversation around that at the event.
You know, one last thing before I deliver you to Luis. One thing that I always love and enjoy and miss at the same time on industry events is the whole networking part. So right now everything is gone online, and back before COVID, we'd go to events and we'd have lots of parties and socialize, network. What is being done now so that we can promote networking opportunities? And what do you advise to anyone who joins the summit to try to get the max out of their experience in terms of networking?
Sure. So there's a couple different opportunities there. It's such a hard thing to navigate because nothing's quite like us getting together and hanging out.
Sure.
So what we have though there's different networking spaces. So you can just go into some of the networking tabs at any time and meet with people one-on-one. It's kind of like a random meeting, like you'd bump into someone having a coffee or, in the hallway of an event. And then we do targeted networking sessions. So they're around the different topics. So say you're interested in education, there'll be networking rooms and areas so you can meet with other people that are interested in the same topics as you. There's also a lot of Q&A and interactive spaces that we're creating for people to meet with people that have like interests. And then we're also partnering with a number of people that have Outspace rooms, or really cool spaces where we're doing, cocktail hours and that sort of thing. So going into Outspace or going into, one of those, or Engage, and just meeting with people as your avatar and being more, actually talking in person. And then, of course, you can set up one-on-one meetings as well. So it's engaging in VR, also engaging just in chat windows and in person. But, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Really cool. Really cool. Actually, we even yesterday we had a networking event also on Outspace. And, it was a first. So as every first, of course, there is a learning curve. But
Yes.
overall, it was really, really enticing to see the opportunities that the space itself offered and the way that it's, as people really need this, because overall, right now, we are all fed up with the Zoom caption and just doing this. Well, it's okay, but every day, throughout the day, doing this puts our head in the screen, and we don't want that. We are 3D beings, so we need to interact, we need to explore, and that's pretty much what the virtual reality adds to our lives with the possibility of doing that in impossible scenarios, right?
Yes.
And that's actually one of the things that, along with several other characteristics, both from virtual reality and augmented reality, that I know, and you both also know, but I feel that a lot of people in the market doesn't know, right? You have a lot of people from different sectors, from different markets, that don't know exactly the use cases and what is possible with VR and AR. And from what I recall, there was this this format that you had where you had like people from the market along with people from the industry. Is like that?
Yeah. So we're trying to curate them so that there's different ways to meet different sorts of people. So either just the random meets, or we're doing. So, for example, Joanna Popper is hosting a whole afternoon on October 1st that's called XR Jobs. So we've got recruiters, we've got people talking about skills and negotiations, we've got people talking about, how do you even navigate getting into this? Do you want to be a contractor? Do you want to go work for someone? What does this world look like now with remote work as well? And so she's brought together an incredible group of people, industry experts, recruiters, the head of HP recruiting and that sort of thing. So, for example, after that event, we're doing a networking where you can meet up with those people and either ask as the person looking or the person looking for someone, and engage in those. So we're trying to really curate them so that people get out of it what you want. And then we did, when we used to do the event live in Vancouver, we did that speed networking, which was really fun, where you met up with different people from the market. So we'll be introducing some rooms and opportunities for those as well.
Perfect. That's really cool.
Yeah.
We have a lot of good feedback from the previous global summit. So we to everyone that is listening and doesn't really know that there are two global summits in the year. So we have one that was before COVID, dedicated to Europe, and then a second one which was dedicated to the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. So, but pretty much all over. And the whole point was that the June was very much focused on European startups and businesses and organizations, and now much more focused on North American and an Asian maybe organization. Is that like it? Am I saying something wrong?
Yeah, no, it's true. Except this one, it just seems now everything's global. So the one in June, I mean, we were supposed to be in Lisbon, so we had a lot of European content already curated. So we did it more on that market, but we chose to do this one on Eastern Standard Time so that we still could attract the European market and get that as well. Because those of us in Pacific Time, we don't match up well with anybody. We just we wake up late. We're on a whole different schedule. So. But no, I think what we'll be doing going forward is we'll have the one in the fall be on Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll do one in the spring that's more on European time, or maybe we'll do an Asia Pacific one. But we're really trying to hit all of the markets since the VRARA is global. So,
Perfect.
Yeah, but we still at this one have curation from all over the world and topics from all over the world. So that's the joy of being online, is you can get people from everything. So
Yeah, I saw it. A lot of people also from Asia, right? I saw speakers from pretty much all over. So yeah, truly global.
Yes.
And what do you see? So I think that this is going to happen. So it's going to happen on the 30th, 1st and 2nd of October, right?
Yes.
And it starts at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, right?
It does. Yes.
So I'm saying it all.
You're good.
All right.
You're good.
Actually, I thought that I was getting it wrong, but okay.
Nope.
So it's,
I think so.
Perfect.
Yes.
Great in my mind. And yeah, perfect. So everyone that wants, everyone that's listening, and if you're listening this in time to do so, please attend the VRAR Global Summit. It's going to happen. Then on September 30th, and then October 1st and 2nd.
Yes.
And tickets are on sale. And if you join the VRAR Association, you are prone to get not just a ticket discount, but actually our chapter is also running a discount ourselves. So you are also more than welcome to take advantage of that. And Anne-Marie, getting back to you. So what do you think? So I know this isn't fair, but still I need to it's not yet we're not yet passed through this, but when do you think that we'll be able to do a physical event or a hybrid event a hybrid summit? Do you think that the next one will be a physical event?
I would love. I feel like we're in the hybrid stage for quite a while to go now. I think it really depends on where you are in the world. So I know here in Canada, like we're allowed to have gatherings up to 50 people. So I feel like I think it'd be wonderful to do little pocket events in different cities when we're going around. But in terms of in-person events, I mean, I know from here, like we're not allowing America into our country or vice versa right now. But we're allowed to come to Portugal. So, I think that what we'll see is we will still plan it online, but if we can do pocket events or, small stages or afternoons or something in different cities around the world, I'd love to see that. I think people really want that in-person connection, and if we can live stream something like that, that would be great. But in terms of large events, I don't know. I think we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I think they'll be country specific. I think that would work. I know in the States, you could do them in different pockets in the States as well. So yeah, I think it would be good.
Let me raise the bar a bit more.
Okay.
When do you think we will have a fully immersive event in VR?
I would like that now.
Yeah. Because
I think that would be great. I think that what you're looking at, though, is two different audiences, really, for those sorts of things. I think that, educators in VR did such a good job at doing their fully immersed in VR conference, and the IEEE as well did a really good job. I'd love to see the VRARA do. I'm throwing that out there. Chris and Nathan, do. Challenge. But I'd love to see us do, a day or two in VR. I think that a lot of this content we're trying to get out to people who don't understand what VR is and getting them into it and booking it. But I also see the real opportunity to do something fully in VR, but then also to step back a little bit and do something for people that are just getting into it. Like, we've got a really savvy audience, but I think that now people are like, oh, okay, this is what you've been talking about for years. So when we started this event, it was more like, what is VR and AR and where is it going? Yeah. And now we're like, we jump in, like, assuming that everyone knows. So I'd love to see 3. I'd love to see a new one for getting people into the industry. I'd love to see one that's, the enterprise, getting the business side of it done. And then I'd love to see us geeks fully jump in and be like, let's go. So that would be my goal for that. So raise the bar, Tiago. We're good. I'm in. Yeah.
Totally love that.
And I think with all the new headsets coming out and them being way more affordable and then also accessible, because they weren't for a while, like when COVID happened, I couldn't even order one. So now I think it would be, get that sponsor, send out those headsets and go.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think more and more people would like commit to that because, COVID and distance and being safely next to your favorite person's avatar.
Yeah.
That everyone is okay with, I guess. So I definitely, this could be like a good opportunity to push this a bit more into that direction, and actually see what we can do with that. Because I really love.
Does your avatar have a big beard?
Well, it depends.
Is that an option?
Platform.
That's why I'm asking, because I'm like, there's some of them aren't too, but that's how I would need you to be.
Luis has one with a massive beard.
Well, it seems more massive than it really is. It just makes me old. Well, I am old, but it makes me older. I actually, it's the one that I use at Outspace, and it's really cool. It looks like I'm looking at you in a very severe way.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but anyway, it was really cool yesterday. And again, getting back to what people need to do at this point, because as you said, Anne-Marie, we come from like that place where we were the ones the only ones talking about virtual reality and augmented reality, and feeling like the geeks in the room, and everyone asking, so what is exactly that? Call it campaign. And now it's like, okay, so the glasses guys, okay, so tell me again about that. I'm curious, I'm interested, I know what it does. But still what I feel is that you have a lot of interest, and right now, of course, COVID and confinement brought a lot of curiosity to the table and to everyone, but people need to deal with it. People need to try it. People need to put their hands on it. And again, making it available, having events like, again, Educators in VR and others that happen, all of them, I think, will probably push forward and push the envelope and make, again, decision makers try it and see for themselves the benefits that the platforms have. So, for sure, we should definitely have something like that.
Yeah. Challenge accepted.
Perfect. And meanwhile, maybe we should like turn the table around and ask you. So, what do you think that would be interesting for you as an organizer to have chapters like ours in the Portugal VRARA to try and help them the summit reach more people and get more the word out?
Well, I just think it's just communication and realizing that, we've got so many different topics going on in so many different verticals. So, if you're in construction and building and looking to talk about that, reaching out to those friends who might be interested in those areas or those clients that are looking at that, because we are bringing in, marketers, and we're bringing in people building buildings in new and different ways. And last event we had someone who was talking about, remote inspections on building because that's the way it needs to be done now. So just realizing that anyone you talk to might be interested in this. We have the PGA golf tour on this event. We have there's it touches every aspect of everything, especially in entertainment and all of that. So just realizing that it is attainable to everyone, and that anyone in the industry should be looking at coming to this event and letting those people know, for sure.
Wow. Yeah, perfect. Tiago, do you have any final message to pass on?
Well, given the experience I had on the last summit, on the European online event, European.
It was like I was up really early event. It's like the only, right? It was like the 1 a.m. event.
1 a.m. event. European online event. So based on that, there were a lot of great talks. We had for me, the highlight was presenting my video with Paul. No, but really. But seriously, I was I really enjoyed the experience. Jumping from one place to the other online, and all the great talks, all the great speakers, and also the great networking opportunities that you get if you get to approach people, and everyone. I guess people are very eager to meet others and to talk about what they're doing and see if we have common synergies and how can we work together to solve problems. So that's the kind of spirit that I see on these events. So I definitely recommend anyone in the industry to join because it's a good opportunity, especially because you're going to have a great disclosure from HP. Since I've been paid by HP. I haven't, but I could.
If you had on an HP t-shirt, that'd be great.
Oh, yes. A mug and
and look.
No, you don't have
anything. But
no, but I'm really eager to see what's going to happen, and I definitely recommend anyone to join in. And not if not because of that, just because of the networking opportunities that come out of the event, and that's pretty much my plea.
It really is cool. As you said, the networking, the thought leadership that you hear from all the talks, and overall, one really cool thing that happens in this market, and I feel that it happens a lot inside the VRARA events, and that I think is mostly due to what, pretty much you do, Anne-Marie, you and Cam, with the organization, is the good vibe inside the chat, inside pretty much all of the event, which eases up all communication at all levels. So that means that it's not just between you and pretty much everyone, but also the speakers interact very freely with everyone, and everyone is also very in touch with stuff. So what I see, not just on the physical events, but also what I saw in June, was that easiness to interact was really, really clear, and I feel its real value to everyone that is interacting or looking to interact with more people from a specific area, or to know more about this technology, or to enter a new market, or to just to people that are curious about what XR really is. So yeah.
And at this event, we have student presentations because we have a student committee, and we have a women's summit about women trying to break into the industry and what they can do, and specific content to that. And then we have leaders of industry, and we have veterans of the industry, and everyone's, there for the same reason. So it's really engaging who you get to speak to. And you don't know who you want to speak to until you get into those rooms, which I always find exciting about it too. Because, you know, it also opens the event up to people that wouldn't be able to come in person. So you're getting a lot of creative people that have amazing ideas and amazing concepts of what they're working on, looking for partners that might not able to travel to Vancouver or travel to Lisbon or go anywhere else, and it's global. So that's what I love about that, those opportunities there too.
Absolutely. So as a final message, Anne-Marie, what would you tell to someone that is, hanging in balance to either going or not going to the VRAR Global Summit?
Come to the Global Summit. No, it'll be great. It's, you know, it's affordable. You'll be exposed to so many great topics. You know, you can pick and choose what you're watching at different points of the day and engage as much or as little as you want to. You know, these things aren't, this amount of content and this quality of content isn't always available. And so I would fully take advantage of that.
Great.
Yeah.
Anne-Marie, thank you very much for this.
Thank you both.
Yeah, we really thank you for your time. I know that it's precious, especially now. Okay. We really look forward to the Global Summit. And again, if you want to know a bit more, everyone that is listening, if you want to know a bit more about what the VRAR Global Summit is, it's really simple, vrarglobalsummit.com, and you're there. So you can get pretty much all the tickets and everything else that, we haven't said it, and I really don't recall right now. So just go in and explore it. Thank you very much again, Anne-Marie. And,
thank you both.
And you have a great day. And meanwhile, we're going to enjoy our weekend.
Oh, yes.
Thank you both.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.